Hey, I'm Ava, and before we start, I just want to say something simple. If you are listening right now and your mind feels a little heavy or a little tired, you are not alone. There was a time in my life when my mind never felt quiet. Even small things felt big inside my head, and I didn't even know why.
Hey everyone, welcome back to English Conversation Podcast. I'm Lucas, and today we are talking about overthinking and anxiety in daily life. And like always, this is also your English learning space. You don't need to understand every word. Just listen, relax, and slowly you will improve your English.
Yeah, and please don't feel pressure. When I started learning English, I also didn't understand everything. But slowly, things became clear. So just stay with us.
And one more thing, you can always comment below. Tell us where you are listening from or what you feel. We read all your comments.
So, Lucas, when you say overthinking, I feel something very personal. Because for me, overthinking was not just thinking a lot. It was like my mind was always running. Even when I was sitting quietly, my thoughts were not quiet.
I think many people will understand that feeling. Can you tell me, what kind of things you used to overthink?
Mostly very small things. Like, if a friend didn't reply to my message, I would start thinking, did I say something wrong? Or if someone looked serious, I felt maybe they were upset with me. And at night, I would replay old conversations again and again.
That sounds very tiring, because your body is resting, but your mind is still working.
My body was calm, but my mind was busy. And the strange thing is, nothing big was actually happening. But inside, it felt like something was always wrong.
Yeah, I have felt something like that too. Sometimes I read a simple message like, okay, and I start thinking, is this person angry? Did I do something? It's funny when we say it now, but in that moment, it feels very real.
Yes, it feels very real. And that is the problem. Overthinking makes small things look very big. Your mind starts creating stories, even when there is no clear problem.
Let me explain this in a simple way for everyone listening. Overthinking means thinking about one thing again and again, more than needed. And anxiety is a worried feeling in your mind or body. You may feel nervous or uncomfortable even when you don't know the exact reason.
And I think many young people feel this today. There is a lot of pressure. You see other people on social media, and you feel they are doing better. Someone has a better job, someone looks more confident, someone looks happier, and you start comparing.
Yes, comparison is very common now, and it slowly affects how you see yourself.
And then the future. That was a big one for me. I was always thinking, what will happen next? Am I doing enough? Am I going in the right direction? And these questions never stopped.
So your mind was always either in the past or in the future.
Yes, never in the present. Even when I was with people, talking, smiling, inside my mind was somewhere else.
That's a strong point, because from the outside, everything can look normal, but inside, it feels heavy.
People around me thought I was fine. I was talking, I was working, I was smiling, but inside I felt tired. Not physical tired, but mental tired.
I think many listeners will feel this right now, because sometimes we don't even realize that we are overthinking. We just feel tired, confused, or stressed.
Yes, at that time, I didn't even use the word anxiety. I just thought, this is how my mind works. I thought maybe I am just a person who thinks a lot. But slowly, I started feeling that this was not helping me. It was taking my peace.
Taking your peace. That's a very important line.
Yeah, because peace is simple. It's when your mind feels quiet, even for a moment. And I was losing that. Even small moments were not peaceful anymore.
So, Ava, When did you start feeling that this is not normal thinking, that this is actually a problem?
I realized it when my mind stopped letting me rest. Even when everything was okay, my thoughts were not okay. And that's when I knew something needs to change.
Yeah, that moment is very important. When you understand that it's not just normal thinking anymore. So tell me, Ava, what was affecting you the most at that time?
Honestly, it was everything together. My future, my work, people around me, but mostly my own thoughts. I felt like I could not trust my mind anymore.
That sounds heavy, because your mind is supposed to help you, not make things harder.
Yes, but for me, it was doing the opposite. Even small things became big. If someone didn't reply, I started thinking too much. If something didn't go right, I kept thinking about it again and again.
Let me ask you this. Were those thoughts about real problems or mostly about things that might happen?
Mostly about things that might happen, like what if I fail, or what if I make a mistake, or what if people think something bad about me? These questions never stopped.
So your mind was creating fear again and again.
Yes, and small things became triggers. One message, one look, one memory, anything could change my mood.
Let me explain this word for everyone listening. A trigger is something that starts a strong feeling. It can be small, but the feeling becomes big.
And today, we have many triggers around us, especially social media. You open your phone and you see people doing better. Someone has a good job, someone looks confident, someone looks happy, and you start comparing.
Yes, comparison is very common now. And we don't see the full story of people's lives.
I used to feel like everyone was moving forward, and I was stuck. Even when I was trying, I felt like it was not enough.
Many young people feel this. There is pressure from everywhere: career, money, relationships, family expectations.
Yes, and that pressure stays in your mind. You may look calm outside, but inside, your thoughts are very loud. You keep thinking about the future again and again.
Let me add something simple for English learning. The word pressure means a heavy feeling in your mind, and the word worry means thinking that something bad may happen.
And when you mix worry and pressure, it becomes anxiety. You don't feel relaxed. Even small tasks feel difficult.
Did you notice any habits that made your overthinking worse?
Yes, many. I was always on my phone. I checked messages again and again. I thought about every small detail, and I didn't sleep properly.
Sleep is very important. When you don't rest well, your thoughts become louder.
And I also made one big mistake. I believed every thought. If my mind said something negative, I thought it must be true.
That's a powerful point. Not every thought is true, but we forget that.
Yes, and then it becomes a loop. You think, then you worry, then you think more. Then you feel tired, and still you don't stop.
So it's like a circle that keeps going.
Yes, a circle that is hard to break. And the sad part is, people around you may not understand, because from outside, you look normal.
That's true. Many people smile and talk normally, but inside they feel heavy.
Yes, and I was one of those people. I looked okay, but I was not okay inside.
So Ava, at that point, what made you think, I need to change something?
When I saw that I was losing my peace every day. Even small happy moments were not feeling good anymore. And that scared me. That's when I decided, I don't want to live like this. I need to find a way to feel calm again. I remember that moment clearly. I didn't want to feel like that every day. I didn't want my mind to control me. So I told myself, I will not fix everything today, but I will start small.
That's a strong decision. Not trying to fix everything at once, just starting slowly.
Yes, and the first thing I learned was this. Not every thought is true. Some thoughts are just fear. They feel real, but they are not facts.
Let me explain that simply. A fact is something that is true. A fear is something your mind is scared about. and many times we mix them.
So when I had a negative thought, I started asking myself, is this really true? Or am I just afraid? That one question helped me a lot.
That sounds simple, but very powerful.
It is simple, but it takes practice. Another thing I did was writing my thoughts. When thoughts stay in your mind, they become big. But when you write them, they become clear.
That makes sense. When something is in your head, it feels confusing, but on paper, it looks smaller.
Yes, I used to write simple lines like, I feel worried because my friend didn't reply. Then I would ask, do I have proof that they are upset? Most of the time, the answer was no.
So, writing helped you see the truth.
Yes, and I also started naming my feelings. Before, everything felt the same. But then I learned to say, I feel nervous, or I feel tired, or I feel confused.
That's a good English learning point, too. Words like nervous, calm, confused, they help you express your feelings better.
And when you understand your feeling, it becomes easier to handle it. You stop fighting blindly.
That's true. When you know the problem, you can take a step.
And that brings me to the next step. Small action. I stopped waiting for the perfect moment. I started doing small things, like drinking water, cleaning my space, going for a short walk.
I do that too. When I feel stuck, I just go for a walk without my phone. It sounds simple, but it helps my mind relax.
Yes, simple things help more than we think. I also reduced my social media time, especially at night. I realized I was comparing my real life with someone else's best moments.
That's a big problem today. We forget that people only show a small part of their life online.
When I stopped checking too much, my mind felt lighter. I could sleep better. My thoughts became slower.
Sleep really changes everything. A rested mind is a calmer mind.
And one more thing. I started talking. Not to everyone, but to one safe person. Sharing my thoughts made me feel less alone.
That's very important. And I want to say this clearly. If your anxiety feels too strong or it affects your daily life for a long time, talking to a professional is a strong step. It's not weakness.
Yes, asking for help is not weakness. It means you care about yourself.
So slowly, step by step, you started feeling better.
Yes, slowly. Not perfect, but better. And I understood one thing. I was not broken. I was just tired. My mind needed rest, not pressure.
That line is very powerful. You were not broken, just tired.
And I think many young people feel this today. They think they are behind in life. But everyone has a different pace. Slow growth is still growth.
Absolutely. You don't need to fix your whole life in one day.
Just give yourself one calm moment, one small step, and slowly things will change.
So if you are listening right now, take a deep breath. You are doing okay. You are learning, both in life and in English.
And if you feel like sharing, tell us in the comments. What do you overthink the most?
Yes, we read all your comments, and it really helps us understand you better.
And if you like this kind of conversation, stay with us.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, and be part of English Conversation Podcast.
Keep learning slowly, no pressure.
And take care of your mind.
We'll talk to you again very soon.